Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Mike the mic is being used as a prop today because I just got a new phone, and for some annoying reason every single time you get a new iPhone like I was due, they no longer work with the original fittings. I'm gonna order a new adapter, whatever you want to call it, to this, and hopefully it'll work tomorrow. So Mike the mic is, I should really just move him out of the way. I feel a bit bad for Mike the mic. On top of this, if you see my community tab post, my leg is actually in a brace because I've got hypermobile knees. They're hypermobile. I did a cartwheel. Yeah, was not fantastic. So I basically am hobbling around, and Mike the mic is not working, and it's very unprofessional. I do apologize. So I'm literally just coming back to you after like 4 days, and I spotted some, and I haven't done this in a little while, I spotted some bridal makeup artistry drama.
I really never wanted to resort to posting videos and exposing this makeup artist's business. However, I gave her multiple chances to return my deposit. I emphasized many times that I wanted to resolve this amicably, but I'm really not comfortable with the way that the makeup artist spoke to me and the way that they handled the situation.
Okay, and I haven't done one of these in a little while. I've done quite a lot of cake stuff recently, but bridal makeup drama, I haven't done that in a little while. We have got Meg over here. Everyone say hello to Meg. She is a TikToker and she has over 8,000 followers. She is due to get married, and she had booked a makeup artist, a bridal makeup artist, who basically refused to give her refund back until TikTok got involved.
Also want to make it abundantly clear once again that my intentions with posting these videos was absolutely never to spread hate, and it was only to spread awareness about the situation. I do not want this happening to any other people, and I think that sometimes people should know how vendors speak to their clients, and honestly this entire interaction has made me extremely uncomfortable.
You have the majority of people that are agreeing with Meg. There's always some people who I am absolutely determinedly sure, is that even a word, that it is the makeup artist themselves or someone else. Anyway, the makeup artist, I'm not going to share her with you today. You can go and have a little look, but she has got her account privated. So Meg comes to us, first and foremost, she comes to us and she says, when the makeup artist you booked 11 months in advance for your wedding cancels on you and refuses to return the deposit. We all kind of know like how deposits work, you know, if you book something in advance, they want to make sure that, you know, it's an incentive to actually go. So she produced this video in which she shared a load of screenshots. So we're going to go through the screenshots because she doesn't read them, and the end result is pretty bad. So she says, thank you so much for getting back to me so quickly. I really appreciate all this information. I'm still making some decisions, but I will get back to you as soon as I have more details on my end. This was the 23rd of July last year. The makeup artist says, yes, of course, there are lots of great artists out there too and decisions to make. Let me know if you have any questions at this point. I'm just checking in to see if you still have availability on Friday, July 25th, 2025. And the MUA says, yes, I still have that availability. So the MUA had already laid down the law on her deposit scheme. She said, pricing on location, babbity babbity ba ba. I also have a $150 non-refundable, keep this in mind, deposit to confirm your spot as well. That goes towards the price on the day. August 28th, amazing. The deposit is $150, right? Can send that along right away. Yes, perfect, just sent. So by 28th of August last year, the MUA had received her full deposit. And this is when it starts to get a little bit silly. This was September 16th. She said, hey Morgan, to the MUA, just wondering if you sent the contract. I haven't seen anything pop up yet, so just wanted to check. And the MUA said, not yet. I'll be sending out a group of them in the next week or so. Because of course, if you haven't signed a contract and you're like giving a deposit and all of that kind of shenanigans, you're not protecting either side. Don't believe she was ever actually sent a contract. April the 10th, so this year, so how many months later, said, hello, I just wanted to get in touch as I received some exciting but unfortunately timed news this past week. My brother and his fiance picked a last-minute wedding date after being engaged for many years, and it is unfortunately the same date as yours, but in Nova Scotia. Because I will have to travel for it, I don't believe I can make both work. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience of all this. It was not something we were expecting this year. I did post in our makeup artist group to find a number of artists that still have availability that date. I will list them here for you to check out. Things like this happen, right? Times change, people can just book themselves, like sometimes double bookings happen, okay? Sometimes it just works that way, and unfortunately the bride got snubbed in this. Meg then replies back saying, "Hey Morgan, thanks for letting me know. Of course, I completely understand how important it is to be there for your brother's wedding. Appreciate you posting to the makeup page. Thank you. I had already looked into another makeup artist and both are unfortunately outside of my budget. If so-and-so is willing to honour our agreed upon price, I'd be interested in chatting with her, but her style doesn't seem to quite match what I'm looking for. I won't lie, I'm a little disappointed that I'm just hearing from you now when I had sent you 2 emails with questions, one in December and one in March. Regardless, they don't need to be answered now. However, since you are unable to fulfill your side of the contract, I am hoping that the $150 deposit can be returned to me via e-transfer details at your earliest convenience, as I will now need to book another MUA. This is the problem. She's going to have to find someone extremely last minute. There's a dime a dozen probably makeup artists that will do bridal, but trying to find someone that will fit the exact way that you want it done might be a little bit tricky. But I never got married before, but I can imagine that. She then persists. "Hey Morgan, I'm sure you're super busy, but I just wanted to follow up on my last message." She then didn't reply for a couple of days. "Hi Morgan, I'm getting concerned that I haven't heard back from you. I can see that you saw/read my message last Friday and I would sincerely appreciate a reply. At this point, all I'm asking for is my deposit back." And the makeup artist says, "Hi, I will be getting back to you. I'm very busy this week and was away for the holidays last weekend. I respond typically to everyone on the weekend as I have multiple jobs. I will be getting back to you when I have a proper moment here." Even though Meg had blurred everything out, it looks as if she had left, her bank detail there on where she can put it. So all this makeup artist would have had to have done is just pay the $150 back. Just pay it back, like as soon as she saw it, because she ultimately did see it. And the makeup artist basically turned around and was like, "I responded to all outstanding emails last week from any that were missed. I didn't respond to the March one from you that I had just seen, as I had just sent you a message. I totally get that this isn't the situation either of us hope for. I just wanted to explain that although I used to refund deposits for situations like this, over time I realised that most other vendors don't, especially with events booked so far in advance. There's always a bit of risk when reserving a date months ahead, which is why the deposit is non-refundable as stated on the contract, unless it's a mistake on my part, like a double booking." Yeah, this is a double booking, but she's booked something else to happen on that day. Meg then responds back saying, "Thank you for your response. I totally understand that the deposit would be non-refundable if I was the one to not fulfill our contract as your client. However, you quite literally did double book for my wedding day. A double booking means you have 2 events on the same day and therefore cannot be in 2 places at once, which is exactly what is happening here. I respect that it's your brother's wedding, but it doesn't change the fact that you will not be upholding your side of the contract and that you've now left me to find another MUA for my wedding day on my own." She then goes on to say that the response is quite frankly unprofessional and inappropriate, which it was. And the MUA then says, "I didn't double book a wedding. It's a family wedding I'm attending. I didn't book 2 weddings I will be making money from." That doesn't make any difference. I'm convinced this woman does not have reading comprehension skills. I've spoken with multiple vendors, including hairstylists, photographers, that have the same policy. The bride says, "I am truly so disappointed in your responses and how you have handled this situation. You are still terminating the contract. You are cancelling a service for my wedding day that I booked back in August. You are choosing to not provide the service that I sent the deposit for, which is both illogical and unethical." She then says that she will be reaching out to other vendors just to double check that what this MUA is saying is factual. Can the MUA double book and then refuse to give a deposit back? Because that does not sound like anything I have ever heard of ever. MUA responds, "I understand where you're coming from with the disappointment, and every vendor will have a different policy, but as it's stated on my contract, it is non-refundable. As discussed previously, many vendors I know of have the same policy in this scenario." And yes, Meg did in fact go and speak to other vendors, and they turned around and they said, No. This kind of stuff does not fly. This is really unethical. Meg then sends off this great big message pointing out that it wasn't really a contract and the MUA never signed anything. As she says, it was a bridal makeup consultation form, and then she was then sent something else that was just extra information for you to have on the big day. So it wasn't and none of this was signed by the MUA. So in order for a contract to be legally binding, both have to sign it. So this contract that the MUA is going on about, actually banging on about this contract, isn't a legally binding thing. And also says that she's spoken to 10 other vendors and that she will be seeking, legal counsel if she does not get her $150 deposit back. Or she could go the slightly easier route and just take it to TikTok, because we all know just how much TikTok craves this kind of thing. TikTok loves it. If you say that you're having a problem with someone providing a service, those people will find that person. You will get your money back. I'm not saying it's a particularly fair way to do it, but then again, you are essentially, in my eyes, stealing someone's money. The final bit in that video that she sent a message, the MUA did, saying, I will not be responding to this as I am away due to a death in my family, which Meg then points out, I'm just not sure why she was posting public Instagram stories of her birthday celebrations in the town she's claiming to be away from less than 24 hours after sending this message. Kind of seems like the MUA is not telling the full truth here, and that she just didn't want to get this money back, and she allegedly said that there was a death in the family, but then was caught on Instagram posting celebrations. So I don't know.
After the videos I posted yesterday started getting some traction, I did receive a message from her, which I will insert here.
Okay, so after all of this, so what ended up happening? So Meg took to TikTok once again and said, here is the updates, because of course people went and they found, I mean, she already said it, her name is Morgan, but Morgan's account is privated right now, and I think her Instagram is as well. And if you're doing something like bridal makeup, having platforms is key to be able to share your business, which she cannot do at the minute because she has been hounded by people saying, give Meg back her deposit. Anyway, it turns out that Meg did in fact get her deposit back, but it wasn't because of any wrongdoings. It was simply because the MUA didn't want to be harassed anymore.
On the makeup artist that canceled on me and has been refusing to return my deposit, I really never wanted to resort to posting videos and exposing this makeup artist's business. However, I gave her multiple chances to return my deposit. I emphasized many times that I wanted to resolve this amicably, but I'm really not comfortable with the way that the makeup artist spoke to me and the way that they handled the situation. I just really don't want this happening to any other bride or person that is considering hiring her. At the end of the day, if you cancel, it is on you to return the deposit. After the videos I posted yesterday started getting some traction, I did receive a message from her, which I will insert here. I feel as though I have been very respectful towards her and understanding of the cancellation itself, understanding of her brother's wedding. What I am not understanding of is why she would ever feel comfortable taking money from a bride when she is not providing any services whatsoever. Here's the message that I really want to address, because I want to make it very clear that I have never ever suggested that she is faking the death of a family member. I did post a screenshot of the message she sent me saying that she would not be responding to my messages. I pointed that out simply to indicate that it's ironic that she's posting her birthday celebrations but has no time to respond to a client who has been back and forth with her for weeks just trying to get a refund. They did message me and say that they will be returning my deposit, not as an admission of their wrongdoing. I am very shocked that she still, after all of this, does not see how she is in the wrong. I have no intentions of spreading hate here. Really, all I have wanted to do is spread awareness. I don't want this happening to other brides. I am simply a 2025 bride who just tried to get her $150 deposit back. One more thing, please, please, please do not send messages or any sort of hate or harassment to other wedding vendors on the island. PEI is obviously a very small place and word does travel fast, but there is no reason to attack any other wedding vendors because of the actions of this one makeup artist. Anyway, thank you all so much for your support. I do feel very validated in my feelings toward the situation.
Meg has in fact got her deposit back. it's what I was trying to say. It's the power of TikTok, able just to, like, honestly, I have done, how many different creators have I covered who were owed something by a business or a company, who were then able to actually get it back because people were like, hold on, this isn't right. It's like this great big neighborhood who kind of has each other's backs but are looking for someone else's downfall. It's a bit of a strange one, really, TikTok, isn't it? I always think that is it. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the MUA refusing to give back the 150 and then giving it back and saying, oh, nah, it wasn't because I did anything, it's because I wasn't enjoying what was happening with everyone? You know, I'm glad that she did get her 150 back, because, you know, that means that she's then able to quickly find someone else, at least a lot quicker, because $150 or £150, whatever, you know, it's hard to come by nowadays. And if you're literally just about to get married, you've spent so much money on so many different things already, that 150 is going to help you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry about the sound quality. This is Tech Amy now. This is ultra boring. This is about as far as my tech knowledge goes. But this one fits my old phone. There you go. And I need the slightly smaller one. I don't know why they do that. I've been due an upgrade for a little while now. I keep phones for as long as possible. But my last one was really lagging. I think I had about 3 years at that point. But it was starting to lag. Yeah. And I use it to film on because it's a good quality camera, I think. Anyway, so, but yeah, I now no longer have the right connection. So I'm going to have to go and order myself a new one, which is highly irritating. But I hope everyone has had a wonderful day wherever they are in this world. And you take care of each other. You take care of yourselves. And I will catch up with you guys in the next video.